One thing I've noticed in my comment sections on some of my videos is that ingredients aren't available across the world, and cream cheese is one of them. So let me show you how to make it. To a heavy bottom pot, add 2 liters, 8.5 cups of full fat milk. You'll want to use the best quality milk you can. As long as it's non-homogenized or not ultra pasteurized, it will work for this recipe. Then add in 500 milliliters, just over 2 cups of double cream. That's whipping cream in some countries. If you don't want the higher fat content in the recipe from the cream, you could leave that out and swap it out for another 500 milliliters of whole milk. Now turn your heat on to medium-high, but if your stove runs hot, start at medium and see how you go. We don't want to scald the milk. Give this a gentle stir every now and again, especially along the bottom of the pot to make sure your milk isn't catching. You should be able to hear the bubbles before you start to see them, but you'll start to see that the bubbles will start breaking around the edges. Now that we have a gentle simmer, turn off the heat. We're going to add our acid in 3 stages. And you want to do this in a circular motion, adding it as evenly as possible around the pot. You can use either vinegar or lemon juice in this recipe. I find vinegar gives a more mild, subtle flavor, whereas lemon juice will make your cream cheese a bit more tangy. It's completely up to you. Start to give that a stir so that all of the acid can integrate with the milk. Then go in with your second lot. And you should start to get chunks of curd at this point. They might be small, but they're starting to form. Then add in the last portion of your acid. Keep stirring while the curds and the whey separate. Now pour your mixture through a sieve lined with cheesecloth. You might need a pretty big bowl for this. My bowl wasn't quite big enough to fit all the way, so I've swapped over to a bigger bowl. I find this gentle rocking motion to help really release a lot of the whey. We're going to let this sit for at least 30 minutes until most of the moisture has pulled out of the cheese. If you're using this for a cheesecake or something that you need a firm block of cream cheese, you'll want to let it drain a little bit longer. Now that gravity's done its fair share of the work, I'm going to help it out a little bit by giving it a squeeze. Bring up the edges of your cheesecloth and gently lift your cheese out of the sieve. Then twist the top of your cheesecloth, which provides pressure and helps to squeeze out any further liquid. You can see our curd is looking pretty good and dry now. But as you can see, it's not cream cheese yet. Add your curd to your food processor. I'm using the small bowl on top because it allows for less air to travel around the curd, making it creamier faster. And if you have a lot of curd, you may have to do this in 2 batches. Add in a little sprinkling of salt. I'm gonna start with about half a teaspoon, 2 grams or so, and then I can always add more if it needs it later. And you want to whip this for 5 minutes. About halfway through, I like to scrape down the sides. Now back to blitzing. One more scrape to be extra sure it's super smooth. That just looks so good. We're almost there. There's a few little gritty pieces left that we want to get through. It's super smooth and nice and thick, and once this is refrigerated, it will really firm up like a block of cream cheese. If you're looking for a spreadable cream cheese, you're going to want to add some cream or some whey, and I'll show you that in a minute. You'll want to store this in an airtight container or make sure your cling film touches the top of the cream cheese directly so that it doesn't form a skin. And pop it into the fridge to firm up. Now to make a more spreadable version. Add in the rest of your curd. Add in your half teaspoon of salt and blitz this up just like we did the first time, making sure to scrape down the sides a couple of times throughout. We're back to our beautiful smooth cream cheese stage, but we want this to be spreadable, and when it firms up in the fridge, it will be much harder to spread on a bagel. Pop your lid back on, set your food processor going, and add in a little bit of that whey. I'm going to start with a teaspoon at a time until I get the consistency I'm looking for. I ended up using about a tablespoon for half of the batch. So if you're going to do the entire batch this way, you're looking at about 2 tablespoons. And you can just see it's a little bit silkier, a little bit smoother, so that when it firms up in the fridge, it'll still be spreadable. Just like the block version, cover this up so that the entire top is directly covered and pop it in the fridge to set up. You can already see the difference in consistency just by poking each one. The one with the whey is much softer than the one without. Perfect for cheesecakes and perfect for dips or spreading on your bagels. This will keep for 7 days in the fridge in an airtight container, or you can freeze it for 2 months. I think the perfect way to use this cream cheese is in my cream cheese frosting on my amazing carrot cake. Check out the video here. If you found this video helpful, please head down below and hit the like button or the hype button and share it with a friend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.